And getting set here. Here come your Proctor Rails.
I bet you brought your own chair.
I have a.
I love it.
Friendly way.
Got a minute and a half here of warm-ups before the game starts.
You know what number Mark is? 8. Who has an 8?
All right, getting set to start here in this regular season tilt between your Proctor Rails and the Greyhounds of Duluth East. Officiating tonight are the Riles tandem of Dave and Scotty.
See the video, guy. How's it going, guy?
Hey, good. Good to see you.
Good to see you. What's going on?
Huh? 30, 36.
Right here.
Another kid on there, number 98. Good kid, too.
Rails win the opening draw. Battling for it in the neutral zone. Will has it down into the zone. Ooh, shot. Oh, it just misses the net off the skate. I think it's centered, nobody home. East will start back the other way. Will intercepts. Ahead to Brecken, puts it in across. Actually, that was Tony to Ruxin to Brecken. Greyhound started back the other way. Nifty little play off the bench there. Declan's got it. He's into the zone. Tries to make the pass. Look down into the corner now. Comes rink wide. Miles Erickson will pick it up. Shot gets blocked. Puck's loose. That square side of the zone. Tony intercepts, but the Hounds are back in the shot. Blocker to side by Jace. We got puck bouncing around. Someone fell into the bench. Declan sidesteps one, but unable to hang on to the puck. And he gets it back behind the net. Puck in the near side corner. The Greyhounds will start back. That one's taken away by Miles. He shoves it back into the offensive zone. Unable to hold the line. We'll get a neutral zone draw here. 13-11 left in the first. Brecken dumps it into the zone. Hounds recover, start back the other way. Head of steam through neutral ice. Centering attempt knocked away. Gray with good positioning there. He gets it around the corner. Kicks it ahead. Brecken almost gets it out, but then Garrett does. Into the offensive zone. Bria giving chase. She gets a stick lift, picks up the puck. Brecken. Brecken shot saved. He gets knocked down in the process. Draw one by Declan to Will. Shot from the point, kick save, and held on to by the East goaltender. East wins that draw, tries to clear. Tony steps up, holds the zone. East able to clear there. Ruxin will pick it up. He dumps it back in. Tipped. Icing waved off. Puck's loose. Will tries to shoot. That goes off a stick. Stays out of the net. Miles with it there. He'll dump it back into the far corner. Will putting pressure on in the corner there. Battling. Declan has it now as he skates out. Tries to go rink wide. Fans on it. East will intercept and start back. Down the middle. Into the slot. Puck's knocked to the wall. Will now has it. Tries to get it up. Can't get it out. Miles will recover behind the net. Gray recovering in his own end. Up to Will. Will can't handle it. Does get out of the zone though, and East will be forced to regroup in their own end. Pass ahead, intercepted by Declan. Declan waiting to not go off sides. Stripped of the puck. Declan has it again. Ahead on sides to Ruxin. Ruxin with a shot from the dot goes over the net. Matt from the point. Fans on a shot and they're back the other way. Shot scores. East at the first lead of the game. Brecken wins that draw past Gray. They'll retrieve in the corner. Tries to chip it up the wall. Intercepted. East skates into the circle with it. That's taken away by Griffin. He takes it out of the zone. Sidesteps one. Comes across near the ice. Gets his stick lifted as he gets into the zone. Puck's loose. Greyhounds pick it up. Start back the other way. Miles back. Puts that ahead to Brecken. Brecken's into the zone with the head of steam. Sidesteps one. Play the puck down into the corner. Centering pass knocked away. To the point. Tony has it. Takes a look. Sends it back into the corner. We're getting a line change. We're down to nobody on the forecheck. Greyhounds will start back the other way. Centering the pass intercepted by Declan. Puck's bouncing around at the line, and he'll take possession and start in. From the top of the circle, a shot gloved and held onto by the Greyhound goaltender. Shot from the point by Miles Erickson goes wide. Garrett battling for it. Puck comes to the near wall. Chipped ahead, and the Greyhounds are back out. Rink wide pass puts the Greyhounds out of the zone. Tip pass in neutral ice, and they're back into the Rails end. Shot deflected wide. Tony picks it up the corner. Up to the point. Centering a pass. Down into the slot. Shots kicked aside by Miles on the block. Back out center. Shot off the post and in. Good centering attempt, and the Greyhounds have extended their lead to 2 on that shot. 8:20 left in the first period. Greyhounds win the neutral zone draw, but Ruxin almost steals that. Battling for it there. Brecken sends it back out. That goes lengthwise. That's going to make it for an icing. That is the indicated call, and we'll get a defensive zone draw here. With 8:07 left in the first period. East the puck in the slot. Poked up. Ruck's able to get it back out of the zone. Offsides as they punch it back in. We'll get a neutral zone draw here with 7:53 left in the first. Apologies for the technical difficulties on the score bug. We're unable to log in to get the score set up, so we're running without it for now. It's going to be 0-0 until we get that fixed. East chips it into the zone. Matt will retreat behind his own end. Rock's knocked off the puck there. Ruxin into the zone now, down the middle. Skates through two defenders. Centered, puck loose. Brecken the first one on it, plays it in behind to Ruxin. Ruxin centers, that gets out to Miles Erickson at the point. Shot from the slot, kick save, puck still loose. Centered again. Oh. Henry Krollman for Duluth East finds a way to pounce on it. Gets the whistle. We'll get an offensive zone change, or offensive zone draw after the change. Starting attempt doesn't quite connect. East chips it out. Miles sends it back. I guess returned to him. Played all the way into neutral ice. East will regroup just inside their own blue line. Rails able to clear there. Max Muehlner putting the pressure on. He takes the puck away. Griffin just does stay on sides. Declan picks this one up and he's into the zone. Down to the top of the circle. Couldn't settle the puck though. Miles from the blue line takes a shot. Gloved and held onto at the goal mouth. Draw one, back to the point. Gray with a shot off a leg. Bria picks this up in the bottom of the circle. Sends it off the base of the net. Gray at the point, chips it back up the wall. Garrett skates into it. Has possession, takes a look. Out to Brecken. Brecken fires. That's kicked save. Bria with the rebound. That's saved as well. Greyhound's trying to get it out. Held in at the blue line. Bria has it. Held in at the point. Shot blocked. Bria still battling for it in a low slot. Brecken steps into one here. That gets blocked by the defenseman. Garrett has the puck on the half wall. Back to the point. Gray takes a look. He fires one towards the net. That's blocked. Puck squirts back towards the point there. Gray will just backhand it into the corner. Up the half wall. Brecken putting pressure on there. East able to get it out. Matt will curl at his own blue line. Fires this ahead. Hits Bria just behind her. Garrett now dumps it into the zone. He'll look for a line change. East up. Tries to go through the middle. Down into the slot is Ruxin. He circles. Sidesteps one. East takes it away, but they can't clear the zone. Second effort now. There's puck still in the zone. Buxton with it there down the half wall. Declan unable to hold at the point. Chipped up off the glass. Back into the zone. Deflection means it's not icing. Declan has it. Sends it. Tries to get it to Will on the half wall. Still holds the zone. Gives it back to Will. Will down to the bottom of the circle. He'll go around behind. Back out front. Short side stuff attempt is held off. We get a cover, and we'll get an offensive zone draw. I need her to score the game. I need Cassie to score the game. East into the zone from the circle. Will chips it ahead just over Declan's skates, but the Greyhounds couldn't hold on. Battle for it in neutral ice, and the Hounds come away with it. Shot from the top of the circle. That'll be gloved and held onto. That was headed wide. .314 left in the first. Greyhounds with it. Across the zone. Far corner, takes a look, fans on the centering attempt, falls down. Gray off the wall to Griffin, unable to clear. Puck loose just inside his line. Griffin able to get it out. Just too far for Brecken on that pass. Icing waved off, Hounds forced to play it. Griffin has it on the half wall. Gray picks it up at the blue line, dumps it back in. Has it again. One more keep in, but Greyhounds are 3-on-1 at the blue line. Across, shot, that's wide, just chipped wide. Poke check there from Max, gets it loose. Griffin able to get it out of the zone. Matt steps into it just outside the blue line and starts back the other way. He's into the zone, down into the slot. Fans on this shot. Takes it away, centers, poke check, back bouncing around in the in the crease. Henry finds it, covers it. We'll get an offensive zone draw after the face-off with 2:01 left in the first. One back to Miles Erickson. The one-chimer is blocked in the high slot. Tony chips it down the wall. East surveys, takes a look. They're able to get it ahead. Tony takes it away just outside the blue line. He'll jump right back into the zone. Rink-wide pass connects. East back out of the zone. Another rink-wide pass is intercepted, and Garrett will take that into the zone. Garrett down the wall with it. Battling for it in the corner. Declan putting pressure on in the corner. He'll circle, try to push. Gets it to Bria at the half wall. Shot, gloved, and held onto. We'll get another offensive zone draw for the Rails. 1:22 left in the first. Rink-wide pass puts the Greyhounds into the zone. Little shimmy shake, centering, down into the slot. Shot off the side of the net. Chipped ahead, Declan picks that up. He races through center ice, he's into the zone. Nobody ahead of him. Stick handles, loses it, almost goes 5-hole on it though. Declan picks it up behind, centers. Garrett with a shot. Goalie with no stick makes the save and covers up. 48.2 left on the flurry from the Rails, and Rails still trail by 2. Held in by Gray temporarily. Greyhounds get it out. Will battling forward at neutral ice. 33 seconds left in the period. Gray kicks this one aside. Picked up by the Greyhounds. Sidesteps one. Matt starts back the other way. 22 seconds. They got enough time. Into the zone. The backhand shot scored. Lifted a little forehand backhand. Tucked it around the goaltender. With 14.5 left in the period, the Rails have shaved the deficit to only one. Cut it in half. 2-1 now. Puck squirts out. Greyhounds out down the rink. Trying to center. Matt with a stick on it. Able to knock it back into the corner, and that'll end the first period. We're going to take a brief timeout, and we'll come back shortly. Start of the second period. Greyhounds with the puck. It's taken away by Max. Sent into the corner. Declan giving chase in behind. Greyhounds have the puck through neutral ice. Down into the offensive zone. Down on net. Jace, sensing trouble, will smother that one. Just 28 ticks into the second period. We'll get a defensive zone draw for the Rails. Draw one back by the Hounds. Backhander towards the net gets blocked. Max picks this one up, starts back the other way. Up the near side wall, hands it to Declan in a body. Greyhounds start back the other way. This gets sent all the way. Icing waved off. Rails forced to play it. Miles Erickson, the first one on it there. Chances are on a forechecker. Rink wide pass. Too hot for Griffin. And the Hounds will control it in their own end. Declan takes this one away. He starts into the zone. Or 2-on-1 as they cross the line. Shot off the shoulder. Rebound steered aside by the Greyhounds. Brias tries to step into one there, unable to control. Griffin steps up. Greyhounds able to get it out of the zone. Gray just inside his own blue line, chips ahead, he gets knocked down. No call there. Griffin will start through the neutral zone. Greyhounds take it away at the blue line. Shot fired wide of the net from neutral zone. Gray chips this ahead to Brecken. Brecken into the zone. Sidesteps the defender, but loses the puck. Brecken sends it down into the corner. Puck chipped up the half wall there. Gray steps up, holds the zone, gets it to Brecken. Brecken fires one that's stick aside. Garrett battles for it. Puck still on the half wall. Squirt down into the corner. Greyhound's able to get it out on this side. Rink wide pass doesn't quite connect. Matt steps up the blue line. Puck ends up in the zone. Stretch pass hits Bria in neutral ice. She starts out racing ahead. Brecken doesn't get there in time. Garrett does hold the zone. Matt now tries. He'll dump it into the corner. Bria from behind the net tries a backhander. Garrett sends one through the crease. Greyhound's down into the zone. He overskated though. Drop pass puts him down into the circle. It's poked away. Declan off the wall to clear the zone. Greyhounds forced to play it in their own end. Empty little play takes him out of the zone. Ruxin takes it away though in neutral ice. Back to his defenseman Tony, up ahead to Declan. Declan now has possession to neutral ice. He'll dump it in as he crosses the red line. Ruxin chasing down into the near corner. Tony steps up, holds the zone. Ruxin tries to center, nobody home. Puck clears the zone. Miles Erickson tries to play it there, bumps with the player. Puck squirts loose. Will covers up. Will, rink wide, hits Ruxin. Ruxin starts back the other way, tries to chip it ahead, does get it to Declan, but two out the handle. He gets it back, fires off a boot. Declan in the corner. Fans on the rim. Puck comes up front. Will unable to corral. And the Greyhounds will start back the other way. Rink wide pass, too hot to handle. Tony sends it back. Greyhounds still unable to get into the zone. Puck's cleared, but that's too far for everyone. 10:21 left in the second period. With the icing call, we'll get a defensive zone draw for the Rails.
He's like, it's to your secret. That's a mouse sucker.
Greyhounds win the draw. Held at the point. Shot. Rebound. Kick save on the rebound as well. Another one comes into the crease. This is going to just fire down the rink by Brecken to get rid of it. Another icing call. And we'll restart and do it again. 10:03 left in the second period. Draw one back. Matt circles the net, side steps one. Puck loose in the high slot, bounces around. Max able to force this one out. Icing waved off. Greyhounds forced to play it. Looks like the score bug was finally updated. That shot gets fired wide. Rink wide pass puts the Greyhounds into the zone. Down towards the circle. It goes off the post. Griffin with it there. Runs into the defenseman, holding the point. Matt picks this one up. Regroups. Tries to go rink wide. Does get it out of the zone. Max will pick this one up and start back the other way. Chips it ahead. Now into the zone. Greyhounds circle their own net, start back the other way. Stretch pass just too far. Tony picks it up at the blue line. He'll curl and dump it back out. Greyhounds intercept that, and they're into the zone. Down into the slot, puck's bouncing around. Poke check there from Max. Backhander from Brecken doesn't quite clear the zone though. Greyhounds from the top of the circle. Gloves saved and held on to. 8:45 left in the second. Stick save on the deflection there from Jace. Greyhounds have hit in behind. They go far side to the corner. Back to the near side D. Stepped up, shot gets blocked. Ends up in behind. Centering attempt, intercepted by Garrett, and he'll start the other way. Garrett through neutral ice, around the defender. Battling for it down into the corner. Knocks it away. Still battling for it, it's in his feet. Declan skates into it behind the net. Declan tries to center, nobody there. And the Greyhounds start back out. Pass off a skate, ends up on another Greyhound stick though. They're into the zone, centers, off a stick. Bria picks that up, she's able to shovel it out. And the Greyhounds start back the other way. They were offsides by 10 feet, and they're not going to call it. No harm, no foul there. Bria picks it up to neutralize. She's into the slot. Shots blocked into the corner. Declan holds it at the half wall. Centers. Garrett to Bria. Fans on the shot. Declan at the point. Shovels this one towards the middle. Kicked away and sent out of the zone by the Greyhounds. They reach the red line, dump it in. The near side corner. Miles Erickson putting the pressure on. Declan in behind, trying to take it away. He does. He gets hauled down, no call. Puck clears the zone. Icing waved off. Greyhounds lead pass too far. That misses everybody. Jace hands it to Matt behind the net. He'll start back out. Tries to stretch pass. It does get out of the zone. Ruxin, 2-on-1 as they cross the line. Shot, gloved. That was going wide. That's gloved and held onto. And we'll get a offensive zone draw for the Rails. Clearing attempt. Matt steps up into it, hands it to Brecken. Brecken goes rink wide into Ruxin's skates. Ruxin tries to sidestep. Puck's on the half wall. Battling for it. Greyhounds try to reverse. Matt will jump up. Gets checked for his efforts. Both? We're going to call both of them. All right, we're calling both of them. Apparently the body check and a retaliatory cross check or something. I don't know. With that, the puck stays in the offensive zone.
I want the team. I want the team.
Puck back to Gray. He shoots that. It goes off a skate. We're going to stay 5-on-5 after that coincidental minors. Will to Rux from behind. Out to Brecken. Garrett at the point. Tipped. That was deflected by a defenseman. Krollman able to find that and smother it for the Greyhounds. Held in at the point. Puck still bouncing around. Gray sends it down into the near side corner. That gets by Tony, who had pinched at the point, covered up by Miles Erickson. He goes rink wide. Max Muehlner has it now. Declan with it. Over to Max. Max into the slot. Pushes one towards the net. Stick save and kick side. Greyhounds out of the zone. Lost possession as they go in. Offsides is the call. One too many steps on the lost possession. Draw one by the Rails. Declan to Max, back to Declan again. He's into the zone. His toe drag doesn't quite work. Miles Erickson vacates the zone rather than holding the point, and the Hounds are back in on sides at the blue line. Taken away by Max. Max through neutral ice with it. Around one defender, down into the corner. He controls in the corner, tries the center, it doesn't quite connect. Tony loses possession. Miles steps up. Puck bounces around. Kick save from Jace, puts it back out into the circle. Greyhounds shoot again. Good pad save there. And they're out of zone. Miles tries to go rink wide to Ruxin. Ruxin poke checks this one into the corner. Around. Tries a backhand play. Doesn't quite connect on it. And the East will start back. Tony to Miles. Tries to go rink wide. Gives it away. They are offsides by a mile. Lucky for it on that interception for the Rails. 3:39 left in the second period. We'll get a neutral zone draw. Coincidental minor penalties have expired. Greyhounds with possession off the draw. Circling in the neutral zone. That tries to take his man out there. It does take the puck away though. Backhands it ahead. Garrett tries to pass ahead. That goes off a skate. Brecken down in. Backhand. 5-hole goal. That should be a goal for Brecken from Garrett and Matt. And with 3:13 left in the second period, we're knotted at 2. Greyhounds with possession off the draw. Puck on the half wall, centering attempts, bounces around. Bria has it at the blue line, does get it out. Matt will skate into it here. Into the zone, around the defender. His shot off the skate. Backhander into the slot, another centering attempt. Declan unable to hold at the point. Greyhounds start back the other way. They've got possession across the blue line. Matt chips this ahead, but not out. Dumps it out now. Greyhounds D-to-D at the red line. And they'll start into the zone. Shots blocked. Puck in behind the net. Gray chips it over to Garrett. That goes all the way. Deflection indicated by the referee, so icing is waved off. Bria the first one on it. Sends it up front. Declan shoots and scores! Declan with the go-ahead goal on a beauty pass from Bria from behind the net. Rails into the zone. Clearing attempt held in at the point. Still battling for it there. Does squirt out. Declan dumped as they dump it back in, but they were offside, so we'll get a neutral zone draw here with 1:59 left in the second period. Greyhounds chip it ahead. They'll start through neutral ice. Down into the zone. Miles clears it to the wall, but not out. Miles still battling for it there. Tony will step around behind. Back to Miles in the corner. He sidesteps a forward checker there, and he starts out. Runs into Will. Greyhounds fan on a shot in the slot. Ruxin picks this up, and he's out of the zone. Rink wide pass doesn't connect. Brecken does get it ahead to Will. Will's into the zone on sides. They're 3-on-3 now. Shot, backhand rebound attempt. That was initially saved by Henry. Up to the point, held by Tony. He pushes this into the slot. Brecken with a weak shot on net gets sticked aside by Trollman. Greyhounds trying to clear the zone, held in once again by Tony. Ruxin, pass to the slot, backhanders, blocker to side. Puck squirts into the slot. Greyhounds pick it up, and they're back the other way. 49 seconds left in the second period. They'll rim it around. Centering attempt blocked. Declan picks this puck up. He tries to go head man. Get a line change happening on the play. Greyhounds able to get into the zone, but the Rails did get their line change before that happened. Chipped ahead. Griffin able to get it out. Chip back into neutral ice. Gray tries to chip it ahead. Greyhounds into the zone. Shot. Beats Jace over the glove. Far side. 11.4 seconds left in the second period. And the game is tied again at 3. Seven seconds left. Matt has it just inside the blue line. He rips a shot. Pad save. Matt puts the pressure on down into the corner. Take a short 2-minute break and head back to the third period. All right, set to get started here in the second period. We're all knotted up at 3. 15 minutes on the clock. Puck is dropped, and East walks away with it. Into the offensive zone. Matt steps up, takes it away. Brecken loses possession as they cross the line. Bria had faded in just over as Brecken lost possession. Offsides the call, and we'll set up just outside the Duluth East end with the neutral zone faceoff. Puck still loose in the circle. Squirts over to Matt. He'll turn the corner. Starts into the zone. Sidesteps one. Forces this puck down in. Circles. Backhand centering attempt. Doesn't quite make it anywhere. And the Greyhounds start back out. Puck squirts by everybody. In on Jace. He'll stick this over to the corner. Garrett with a little shoulder charge. Puts this one all the way down too wide for everyone. That's icing. And we'll get a line change and a defensive zone draw for the Rails. Just 43 seconds into the third period. Apparently we had another bad face-off. We'll reset. Do it again. Puck loose in the circle. Greyhounds have it. Pass doesn't connect. Ruck skates into it. Crew neutralized. Goes rink wide. Hits Declan in stride. Will now with it in the circle. He tries the center. That's taken away. Tony D to D across the red line. Miles with it now. Dumps it off a skate. And the Hounds start back into the zone there. We're 2-on-3. Hounds still have it. Down and around behind. Circling into the circle. Shot gets fired wide. Greyhounds will be the first ones on it in the near side corner. Holding it in at the point. Centering attempt knocked away by Miles. Will steps into it at the half wall and starts out. He tries to go rink wide. Ruxin does pick that one up off the deflection. He'll fire this one wide of the net. Blockered into the corner by Coleman. Into the zone with a burst of speed. Down in on net. Shot back out by Jace. He hits Ruxin. Declan tries to go skate to stick. Does skate into it. Fires. That goes up. That was going up and over the net, but Coleman will glove it and hang on. 12:54 left in the third period. Game still tied at 3. Hounds win that draw. Send it up the wall. Matt pinches down. Holds it in. Max walks out with it. Max chips this one at the net. Gloved and held on to there. And we'll get another reset and redraw to the right of Henry Coleman. Draw to Max over in the corner. He skates in behind. Back out front into the slots. Taken away by the Greyhounds. They chip it ahead and they're out of the zone. Matt curls at his own blue line. Sidesteps a couple of defenders there and starts in. Into the zone on the near side. Curls. Stops. Backhander to the slots. Puck's loose. Cleared out of the zone, but Max will force this one back to his own defenseman. A little confusion on who had what. Gray fires it around the wall to nobody, and that's held in at the point. Griffin chips this one ahead. Brecken racing for it. He's got 2 Greyhounds with him. Icing was waved off. They played it before they got there. Greyhounds chip it ahead and they're out of the zone efficiently. But Miles Erickson takes that one away, fires it off the body. Tony will be forced to retreat. Tony tries to clear. It's taken away. Miles in behind the net. Sidesteps one. Sidesteps another. Declan picks it up on the half wall and is out of the zone. Backhand attempt does get to Bria. She crosses the blue line. Fires a shot, gets through. Stick save and smothered. 11-17 left in the third. We'll get an offensive zone draw for the Rails. Draw one back by the Rails. Shot fired off a shin pad, but Miles holds it at the point anyways. Backhander squirts through the slot. Bria battling for it on the near side wall. Garrett with it there. He fires a shot that gets partially blocked into the far corner. He'll step up. Battling for it still there. Tries the center. It's taken away. East down into the zone, around behind, circle, back to the point. Fans on a shot, just dump it back into the corner. Tony sends it ahead, Declan has it there. Too far for Garrett. D to D. Top of the circle near side. That deflection ends up wide of the net. Puck squirts out front. Bria tips it. She'll keep it. Pass ahead to Garrett, and he'll start through neutral ice. Garrett from just inside the blue line fires one wide. Declan knocked down as he plays the puck. He starts back the other way. Centering pass. Shot. That goes wide of the net off the deflection. Garrett picks it up on the half wall. Lead pass connects with Declan. He's in the zone one-on-one. Sidesteps the defender. Down, tries a backhander, gets taken out by the goalie with a brilliant save. Rails after the clear, try to get it out. It's taken away. Shot off the post. That goes up into the netting. We'll get a draw here with 9:21 left in the third. Good chip pass for Ruxin to get himself out of the zone. He's ahead, down into the circle. Fires a shot right off the chest. Puck heads up in behind. Clearing attempt, stepped in by Gray. Gray fires this one down into the slot. Kick save, puck, pushed just wide. Ruxin tries to center. That's bouncing around. Too far for Brecken, and the Greyhounds start back the other way. Matt takes this one away at the half wall. Stepped into, kick save from Jace on that. Ruxin steps into this one. He's into the offensive zone. Tries to go into the slot against 3. No luck there. Still battling for it in the corner though. Greyhound's trying to clear it up the wall. Brecken holds it in temporarily. Matt now back down the wall to Brecken. Over to Ruxin in the circle. Ruxin fires. That goes over the net. Will takes a look over his shoulder. He centers this one too far for everybody. Matt picks it up in the neutral zone. Stops, comes back the other way. Goes rink wide. They were offsides. Back onsides as they dump it in. Gray putting the forecheck on as the forwards change behind him. Good breakout there on the centering attempt. Greyhounds still have it. Weak shot on net. It's gloved and held onto. 7:48 left in the third. We're still tied at 3. Battling for it up the half wall. Hound circle it down into the slot. Shot blocked. Greyhounds still have it in the corner. Declan up. Max tries to chip it out unsuccessfully. Miles now trying to get it out. He does. Greyhounds will take it away at the red line and start back. Rink wide pass doesn't quite connect. Tony the first one on it. Backhands this one up to Griffin near the blue line. He chips it ahead as he's bumped. That's going to go all the way for icing. And with that, we'll get a change. 7-11 left in the third period. And a defensive zone draw for the Rails. Greyhounds have it. They're on behind. Shot from the circle, flutters over the net. Taken away by Brecken. Garrett steps into it there at the blue line. And back on side is Just. Shot, glove saved, dropped. It might have been a blocker save. Bria centers this one. Brecken battling for it. Can't get his stick free. He'll fire this one down into the corner. Garrett now puts it up on the half wall. Brio with the backhand attempt just misses. Brecken to Garrett, and they're officially back into the zone. Garrett fires this one. That's off a stick and wide. Bria and Brecken battling for it there. Miles holds the zone. That shot was going wide. Krollman will play it into the corner for the Hounds. The Hounds tip it out, up and out. Bria tips it into the zone, loses possession though. The Greyhounds start back the other way. Centering pass into the slot. Greyhounds push this back into the corner. Shot from the bottom of the circle goes all the way through. Greyhounds in behind. Centering attempt just off a stick. Defenseman holds the zone. Circle into the high slot there. Miles unable to clear. Greyhounds still have it in the near side corner. Centered, off a skate. Shot from the circle. Miles pushes this one wide. Actually, that's Declan. Declan, as he's coming out of the zone, tripped, no call. Miles steps into this one. He's into the zone. He'll fire from the top of the circle. Krollman will smother that one against the crest. 5:11 left in the third, and we are still knotted at 3.
Over by the white flag.
Will battling for it in the corner there. Declan as well. Matt steps up to the half wall. Puck gets by him. Ruxin will fire this one rink wide so Gray can go get it. Gray chips it up and out. It's dumped for his efforts. Centering attempt taken away by Will. Matt's going to join him on the rush. They're 2-on-2 as they cross neutral ice. Into the zone. Backhander. Matt picks this up. Henry somehow finds it. Draw one by the Hounds. Brecken battling for it there, comes to the point. Matt, he'll fire a shot off the pad. Griffin had stepped up just too far for the rebound. Hounds, off a stick, never leaves the zone. Just inside the zone, Brecken has it. He fires off a body from the top of the circle. Still battling for it there, back to the point. Matt has it. He brings it into the circle. It's taken away from him. Covering up was Max.
Oh, shit!
You're going to call Matt for tripping on this one, it looks like.
Get a new job!
No. So the Rails will be down a man for the next minute and a half. Gotta be kidding me. They called him for kneeing.
Enough of that mess down there, and then they call it, and then they call that.
Looks like Matt's done for the game. 3:50 left. Rails will be on the penalty kill for a minute and a half. Garrett looks to get this one out. Does. Declan gets on the race. Tries to play it in the corner. Loses possession. The Greyhounds will start back the other way. They'll dump it into the corner. Comes around near side. Miles overskated. Hounds have possession. Back to the point. Tip to the slot. We're on the corner. We're going to get another tripping penalty here. With 43 ticks left on the original penalty, we're going to get another minor penalty to Miles Erickson for tripping, and the Rails will be down 2 men.
What's the second one they call it?
So what?
What's the second one they call it?
Matt got 2 and a 10 for a knee. What are we doing? Some confusion on the clock here. Hounds have it now. They'll be skating 5-on-3 for the next bit. Shot saved. Held onto by Jace. Into the slot. Poke checked away. Clearing attempt. It's played by a high stick. Does get out of the zone though. First played by the Hounds. High stick in the indication. And the puck should go all the way back down.
High stick.
One by the Hounds. Through neutral ice, into the offensive zone for the Hounds. Taken away by Tony, pushes it into the corner. Skates into it. He'll chip this ahead. 2:25 left in third. Rink wide pass, chipped up ahead, and the Hounds are back out. 2 seconds left, and Bria's out of the zone. That doesn't quite connect. Puck in behind. Tony has it. Takes a look. Ships this up off the wall and out of the zone. Brio forecheck there. Hounds back to neutral ice. Chips ahead. Declan gets just enough of it to force the offsides. Look at a neutral zone draw with 1:51 left in the third period. 20 seconds left on the minor penalty to Miles. Gray chips this one into the players' bench, and we'll get a defensive zone draw here. Ruxin through the zone. He chips it ahead. He's out of the zone. Greyhounds get it back out. They're in neutral ice. Into the offensive zone. They'll dump it in. Penalty expires to Miles. He joins the fray. Centering attempt. Kicked aside by, it's a loosened slot. Miles picks that one up. He starts out 5-on-5 for the Rails. For everyone. Miles down into the circle. He beats his D-man. Fires. Hits the goaltender right in the chest. Narrowly avoids running him over. And we get an offensive zone draw with 1:11 left in the third. Game still tied at 3. We're going to get a timeout for the Rails.
Why are you still in there?
Soft. It's a soft call.
I don't know, like, it looks like we're at work.
No. Hey. All right, offensive zone draw for the Rails off of that. Ruxin with the backhander, fans on it, battling for it in the corner. Brecken to the point. Miles fires a shot. Tipped by Ruxin just wide of the net. Ruxin centers. Brecken fans on a shot. Will pushes one into the circle. Puck's still loose. It's in the slot. Ruxin has it. Forces that one wide. Will still battling for it. 50 seconds left in the period. Will to Brecken. Back to Will. Will backhander. Shoulder save. Puck still bouncing around down in the low slot. Miles falls on the exit attempt there, and the Greyhounds are off to the races. Down to the slot. Poke check from Miles. Takes the puck away. Greyhounds walk into the slot. Kicked away. Brecken covers up for that one. He'll dump it to the blue line. Icing the indication. Greyhounds win this draw down into the corner. Declan fires it around. 5 seconds left in the period. 3, 2, 1. Shot wide of the net. We're going to overtime? Question mark.
One and done?
Well, we're headed to sudden death overtime. Draw one by Declan, taken away by the Greyhounds. Garrett now with it. He'll dump it in just inside the red line. Greyhounds through the neutral ice, down into the slot. Shot. Flex around. It's underneath Jace. He does find it. Covers up. 31 seconds into the overtime period. We're going to get a defensive zone draw for the Rails. Greyhounds win this one. Puck loose just inside the blue line. Kicked out by Bria. Ruxin unable to toe drag around, and the Hounds will start back. Brecken takes this one away, fires it back out. Ruxin into the puck there. He's into the zone, past the defenseman, down to the dot. Fires, glove saved and held onto by Krollman. I believe with the time on the clock, Matt would be eligible to return to the game with a minute and a half, give or take. Greyhounds win this one, walk out of the circle with it. Chip the head just too far. Miles to give chase. Greyhounds first one on it. Icing waved off. Greyhounds are on behind. The circle, fired, shot, and scored. Scored from the low circle, and that'll end the game. Overtime win for the Greyhounds. 4-3.